long.
Slow. It's a slow.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's watch this one. This is a classic. Skip.
Am I under arrest?
Is this Jeff?
For now.
This is Jeff.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? You let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. Can you read what?
Right off the bat, this guy's trying to read him his rights instead of fucking, immediately diving into it. And bad cop. He should be, he should be fucking,
I mean, yeah. We're gonna.
He should be.
Frag
Okay,
him.
Kai is about to bark. I'm letting you know. Don't get scared.
With me, just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense?
You might need to go outside.
Do you understand your rights?
Never mind. She laid down.
Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand? Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Killing it, Jeff.
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here and leave Summit. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
Give him nothing,
If you got
Jeff.
something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
Well, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
Oh!
This is Jeff.
This is where the
Jeff is a
comes from.
heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years. He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate circumstance
Lightweight.
of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in
insane.
prison. Jeff
That's
has been through the
insane.
system.
Okay, just before we get into the video, it's insane that
Yeah.
that's the. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking time.
Yup. Yeah, they should just melt him into biomatter. Save the state some money, and then you can use him as fuel. You can use his human remains as fuel instead. That's what we're gonna be
I don't like
moving
that.
towards in America, I think. Eventually.
Multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Predicate.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
I'm getting back to the cell. I don't talk to you
All right.
motherfuckers.
Okay, fair enough.
Want a Coke?
He's back.
Yup, he
pop it
extracted
open or
a
you need to?
Coca-Cola out of him.
Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we've found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is
The
timeless,
Joker.
the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades that fit the criteria. Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be the protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged man simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is generally
See?
extremely
He's drunk
unpleasant to every single person
Excellent
he comes
form.
across.
Excellent form right there.
Who's here, Jimmy?
This is so weird.
Santa.
Fucking great.
Let's tell him what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason, we root for him while following his story. Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path of life. Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivations, yet our emotional response differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is a relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity alongside a noticeable vulnerability. This is what allows the viewer to truly connect with the character. It allows us to forgive them when they are unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah.
Thurman Merman?
Yeah.
Hands up in chat.
Jesus.
With relation to Jeff, while many of us can't relate to the feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
give me that methadone or what?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Cause I'm a fucking junkie and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I don't get it. I get heroin.
So methadone is a medication. Oh my god.
This is my grandma made this here.
Oh wow. Thank
the
you.
last Diet Coke I have.
Thank you. This is amazing. What is this?
Pastırmalı börek. It's a börek. Turkish. There's cheese and a meat in it, like a type of meat.
It smells great.
Yeah.
God bless you. I was just talking about methadone and that it's a real problem.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's so good.
Hell yeah.
Pastırma is like a dried meat that's like spiced for preservation on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's why getting like a little bit of a spicy taste, aftertaste.
It's so good. I love your grandma.
Yeah. My brother and his girlfriend are here too. The whole family's here.
Wait, hold on. But just the methadone thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just that, it's a medication that people need when they're going through withdrawal. It's also something that people use so that they can get off of heroin. And, a lot of jails and prisons provide it to people. And I don't think a lot of people know that necessarily, that it's not like it's a medication that people need. Same with Suboxone, yeah. So I don't know. It's just something to he's talking about he's not getting methadone. Imagine basically not getting medication. So he's probably in tremendous pain right now. Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Hassan.
No, what I was gonna say is fun fact, but not so fun. Isn't Suboxone the one that's also the one that was created by Purdue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they created the problem with OxyContin, and then they created the solution, which is
Right. And I think also even not getting too back into it, but these bad actors who do these things, the Sackler family, creating the entire opioid crisis, basically, who are never held accountable in any sincere way, stuff like that. And when I was in law school, I went to a fancy law school, and
where'd you go?
I don't want to say.
Oh, really?
Well,
It's not public.
It's I went to Columbia, but it's not a big
Flex, dude. Why'd you flex like that?
you.
Wow. Wow,
But, so,
dude. Oh yeah,
I hate you so
just
much.
leak your fucking LSAT score too.
Yeah,
Like,
okay. So Anyway, when I was there,
What was your LSAT score?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't want to say.
Come on.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. What are you talking about? We're not talking about that.
Okay,
It's
go
not
on.
important. So I was in a legal writing class, and I was puppy. Hey, puppy.
Hayır. Çıkarıyor musun? Ben çıkardım. Ciş yaptı sadece. My mom thinks she needs to poop. That's why she's barking, and she's probably right.
Okay.
Go on.
Anyway, I was in a legal writing class, and they had just done this big expose about the Sacklers, and I was saying how, I thought it was unethical to be a lawyer who represented, people like the Sacklers. Like, I thought it was an ethical choice that people could make and determine who they're representing. And the professor for this writing class was the personal family attorney of the Sacklers. So you can imagine how that went. It was not great. It's pretty funny. She was very nice, Sometimes people doing bad things are interpersonally very nice. And I know it's complicated. The funny thing about doing public defense work is sometimes people are like, yeah, see, like you agree, everybody deserves a defense, just like I think DuPont Chemical deserves a defense when they poison a town. And it's like, I think you can make choices about the people you represent and how they represent them and the power structures you choose to support, That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we're Gucci. Let's do it. Jeff.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
You're not gonna eat it?
I am.
Better eat that, bro.
Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to.
How?
Man.
I don't talk to
you're
the
sitting
police.
Here, okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it works.
By the way, okay, you might disagree with this. This is not a JCS thing, but one thing I've seen in all of my years of watching interrogation videos is the more comfortable the person is in handcuffs, the more likely they've been through the fucking system. This dude will literally just like sit there in the interrogation room. Is he handcuffed right now?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like it's totally normal. And as someone who has been handcuffed, let me tell you something. It is an incredibly fucking uncomfortable situation. If you're like not used to it, he's hella fucking casual about it.
Yeah.
That's how you know someone's been run through a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that's sad.
Yeah.
I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
But he's like using his hands, even though he's handcuffed when speaking. Like that other guy that we watched like a while back, if you remember.
Trying to fucking get me, or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find
Hang on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
Why are you reading it
You
then?
already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you.
When he's
If you
like
decide to
getting
answer
up.
questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
No.
Huh? Okay. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm warning
Uh,
Hell yeah.
All right. This is
I
what I
told
don't
you this
understand.
was- I told you
I know,
this was
but this is
gonna
what I don't understand,
What?
Jeff. You were sitting there talking, just like you're ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't.
Chatter asks, isn't everything now on inadmissible because he said he wants a lawyer?
I think it becomes a fight at that point. Like, it should, hypothetically be inadmissible at that point because the right to counsel is attached. But then he's obviously detained. But, it becomes something you slog it out. But yes.
They still extract information out of you, and will try to.
They try.
Yeah.
Talk to you because you asked for an attorney.
How didn't
by
I
the way,
just
this
tell
is
you
good.
what?
He just,
How
look,
didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an attorney. So, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, bro.
But
saying
I
it
will
to the
tell
guy
you right
in the
now, you're
handcuffs that
still
you
on hold
handcuffed
for
me.
robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke. Put me back in the cell.
Yeah, he didn't want to say at that time I was guilty, but I mean, this is a wonderful. I mean, spoiler alert: there's a good ending to this, but like, it's a great way to describe to chatters who don't understand how these like sorts of interrogations work. That like, no, they don't care that this person is fucking innocent or guilty. They just. He's the guy. He's the perp. He's the suspect.
Right, he's the one they picked
so
up.
they're just trying to fucking make it stick on him. And if you have a criminal background like he does, or if you're an addict also on top of that too, it's just like, it's so easy to write it. That's why all of the post hoc rationalizations and the justifications for like murders in the hands of the police or any kind of like brutality or murders in the hands of a deputized civilian like the Jordan Neely case is basically the media also doing that. They're fitting a narrative. They're basically saying like, no, this person deserved it. This person deserved to have this happen to them.
What's that?
Just my phone. All right. I know we did this twice, but I got to do it again every time, okay? Before I ask you any questions, I got to read your rights. You understand that? Okay. Go ahead and sign there. I'm going to take your jacket off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing.
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights, though, right? Yeah. That's all I need. A verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's this coke gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now. He'll be here in about 2 minutes. He has to walk to the soda machine. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got to, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? You haven't been helpful to me at all.
Oh yeah, you're naked. Hold on.
I don't believe that you got any evidence.
Where I was in the pool.
There's only a
Hot
couple
tub
pieces of
state.
evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something.
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. There's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right?
Yeah.
So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place and not remembered?
Fuck, no.
Okay, so you would remember if you robbed the place.
Fuck
So I'm willing to go to the prosecutor, I'm willing to go to the parole officer and say, this guy's a good guy, he helped me out. He didn't do anything.
Look, Look, he's trying to extract a fucking guilty plea or like a confession out of him by subtly threatening him because like, yeah, well, you have a record already. Like, I'm going to go to your probation officer. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a garbage person. And look, even if you're like a liberal who's like, oh, I love cops, they're supposed to do the right thing. Like, this is the wrong thing, okay? So that's why I always say, like, police, even in theory, are not doing what they are supposed to be doing. Like, the job that they're designed to do, in theory, what you see in Hollywood movies, is to, like, solve crimes, catch criminals, shit like that, right? You're not catching a criminal in this circumstance. So technically, you're allowing the actual person who did the crime, which, by the way, is, like, armed robbery, I believe, right? Is armed robbery, which is, you know, another crime of in most circumstances, a crime of necessity. Because no one who's fucking rich is going to do an armed robbery. That only happens in like movies. I was just watching Heat last night. Yeah, it's very good. So that's the whole point. Isn't Jeff a lawyer? I think he might be. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him, but I know he's like clean and he's like he has like YouTube and stuff. Like he's spoiler alert, chat. Spoiler alert. Okay, but yeah, he's good. But anyway, let's continue.
I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am. If and you're gonna charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't. I mean, what do you got?
Yeah, this is a good take too. He's also going all through this. He's also throughout all this starting to go through withdrawal. Imagine you're diabetic getting interrogated and saying, "I need my insulin," and some pig fuck is not giving it to you. Yeah, but the way we receive people with diabetes is different than the way we look at addicts, because we look at addicts as criminals because addiction is treated like a crime and not like an illness or a disease. So that's the reason why you can get away with fucking doing this shit.
Diabetics are fat, so they're second class too, bro.
Damn, Marat came in with a fat acceptance movement line right here. You guys missed it. I don't know if you could hear him, but because the noise gate is off, he said, some people heard it.
It's not good.
It's diabetics are fat. So they're treated as second-class citizens and as criminals.
Not really. That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which
fucking.
Which door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man. I'm done, man. Fuck this. The only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
You're not getting out.
Oh no, I can't finish it.
Make it quick.
It's nice that they let him finish it.
I got things to do.
Butterfinger, you probably.
I said we'd see what happens.
You got to get it before, man.
All right. Like I said, you haven't helped me out at all. Why should I help you out? I got you a soda. That's good enough.
Jeff was...
Thanks, man. Thanks for the soda. I got you a soda. This like he just doesn't even fucking treat him like a human being, dude.
Released from custody just under 12 hours later. And that takes us to the final and perhaps the most important component of an anti-hero, the conclusion, which unfortunately in this particular case is unknown. The final outcome of this story will vary depending on the source, some with a happy ending, others a cautionary tale. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release, and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola, while another states that he was picked up the day after for the same charge, and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State.
No. We know what the ending is. Oh, this video is older. I think there's a newer version of this. Damn, there was another guilty until proven innocent, falsely accused video that we could have watched as well. But we found out later, I think someone needs to link an article.
If we go by the Hollywood formula, an anti-hero's actions throughout the course of their life are so drastic and single-minded that they only ever lead to salvation or destruction, and their final decision is always dictated by what they have learned and how they have changed throughout the course of the story. The paradox here is that we don't even need the theme of imprisonment to mold the outcome of this particular story, as the theme of addiction is more than enough. Whether he goes to prison or not, Jeff will either manage to get clean and rebuild his life, or he won't. He is headed for salvation or destruction no matter what, and that single concept can perhaps define Jeff as an anti-hero. His outcome is a mystery, but either way it goes, it most certainly conforms to the anti-hero's ending.
All right.
Santa!
Yeah.
You're bringing my present early?
What?
No.
But I never told you what I wanted.
I said I didn't bring it, dipshit.
Okay, good. I want a stuffed elephant. A pink one.
Well, wish in one hand, shit in the other one. See which one fills up first.
Yeah. The Legend of Jeff JCS is YouTube. This is his YouTube channel. He got fucking 665K subs. I think he became a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Violent Karens, what the fuck? Nauseating drone footage.
Respect, Jeff.
I uploaded this 25 minutes ago, 100 views. Let's go. Yes, the gunshot wound in the eye one is like, oh yeah, here. We watched this like when it.
Hold on. But then look at my shoes. Just showing up unannounced to the prosecutor's office because the note basically said due to COVID-19 pandemic and complications that could arise, I shouldn't have to show up. And I don't think I should because my defense could suffer because I live 2 hours away from where my tickets are. So what the fuck, man? They gotta grant me that shit. Who's with me? And yeah, I fucking overdressed, so what?
Let's go, Jeff.
You gotta fucking give them a preview of what's to come in court. You'd be surprised. People take you much, much more serious. Don't pay attention to my shoe because I didn't think they'd see them, and they didn't. She wasn't even there, so I just left her a note. So I got all dressed up for nothing.
I don't know. Is he defending himself or?
I don't know, but